So it's totally like totally inconspicuous, just some dude with a dash cam. He's driving into a garage, gotta get his shit worked on, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And it's Asia, so you know, this is kind of tight, there's not a lot of space, but it's pretty regular. Shell, Utamax, they got all the
It's a small garage.
car. Yeah, I know, but they're small people.
Yeesh. I think they just have a lot of people. I don't think it's their size. I think it's a population
I'm
density
Asian, so I'm
issue.
allowed to make these jokes. Yeah, and so this guy's just like, yeah, all right, come on in. Easy, easy, come on in. Dude, he's fucking and then he brings it back in and he pins him again, dude. Look at this. Look at him fucking yelling. He's back the fucking car up, dude. That's what he's yelling. And then he falls off the fucking. Look at this dude. He's just like, hey.
Hey, you okay? No, I hit by a car twice.
Dude, that's what I can't fucking believe. The fact that he backed up and pulled back into him. He like smashed his hip or something. And he just walked off. Look at, oh my god.
Like,
oh my god.
I know you need someone there to guide you into the garage.
Yeah, like what the fuck else do you need? Like, you have so much telling you how far you can go. Like, do I need a fucking tennis ball from the ceiling? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's, oh my god.
Oh, fucking Christ. Okay. Garage worker crushed by car. I'll send you the fucking link, that way we can we can put it in later.
Christ.
Oh my fucking god. Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. I hope everybody enjoyed that
oh my god.
that video as much as I do.
So yeah, normally before the podcast we just watch a bunch of bullshit, and
that is true.
That one I think we need to share. I think like part of me is like, wow, that's really funny, but then the majority of myself is going, I hope that dude's okay from getting hit by a car twice.
See, I agree.
I know the car was going 5 miles per hour, but it's also a car.
He probably cracked his pelvis. I mean, for the most part, I'm definitely like, I'm like 90% like, this is fucking hilarious. Did you hear the way he was fucking yelling?
Yeah, he was in
like,
so much pain.
It was the realest, most guttural shit. And he's like slapping.
He's hit by a fucking car.
He's like slapping the hood and shit. He's like, back up. Like he's yelling at him. Like that's. The reason it's funny is because his life wasn't threatened. It really was just true pain.
Yeah.
Like I would hate to find out that he like it snapped his ACL or something and it like cracked his pelvis and he was in fucking rehab for 6 months or something. But I don't. In that moment when I'm watching it, I don't care about that. I just care about.
I think there was enough force or a little enough force that it's a lot of weight. I don't think it probably just banged him up.
That's what I'm thinking too. Like he's got a lot of meat on him, so I'd assume he'd be fine. But I don't know, when he caught him sideways, dude. Your hips don't have a lot of meat.
That second one was a.
See, but that one he didn't fucking slam him. He just kind of squeezed him. It looked like
it's
It's so fucking funny, dude. Oh my god. That is one of my favorite videos on the planet. And I found it, if anybody ever watches this and they're like, you fucking ripped off another podcast. Yes, that is for certain what the fuck happened. There's this podcast called Your Mom's House.
With Tom Segura?
Yeah. He's fucking hilarious. And they got this great community and they just send him these fucking videos. And they're so ridiculous. But there is no video better that they ever could have been sent in or have been made than the fucking one they have of him destroying his body. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I don't want to see it again.
Bro,
no, we're not watching it. No. Dude, he tears his ACL.
Bro, he's so...
And fucking...
Bro, he tries to jump so hard, he snapped his fucking...
I fucking hate it.
Like a tendon just... Okay, we're watching it.
I fucking hate it.
And then they made this video around it, and it's so fucking good, dude.
Oh, dude, it sucks so hard. God,
he's so fucking funny that they just were like, we have to make this funny somehow, and they edit it so well. And they do this little monologue beforehand. I'm turning it up.
We were having a dunk competition. Silly
I'm
enough
gonna zoom it forward a little bit. I want to get to the good shit.
Just get to the thing so I can actually participate in this fucking podcast.
I love the build
Felt
up, bro.
An
Oh,
adrenaline.
I
He's
hate
talking
it.
about like I was
Almost
getting
like
excited,
calming down.
this and that,
Dude, he
and then he was like. Dude, the fucking angle of it. He falls. Like, dude, bro. The way his arm looks after he falls from the backside, he looks like a fucking Family Guy character. His
does look like Peter Griffin.
bro. Dude, that's what it is, bro. Look at his fucking body on the ground, bro.
Dude,
His fucking dude. The way his arm is distorted on the left side around his body is the most foul fucking thing you could possibly see. And then everybody at once was like, he just jumped. What happened? And then Bert Kreischer, one of his best friends, is like, "You okay, buddy?" And he puts his arm back in the right place.
He leaves. They talked about it after he leaves the room.
Yeah.
He has to.
Bro, oh, it's because he called his wife and shit. Yeah, and then they had the NBA player go, "I've never seen that shit happen before." Yeah, it's like, yeah, because everybody you're playing with is hyper athletic. This fucking, what is he, like 45? This 45-year-old just trying to dunk.
Fuck. Like, I know we want to use this new equipment we just got, but I hate watching this fucking video. I hate it so goddamn much.
Oh, it's so fucking funny. I like, seriously, I know that shit must have hurt so bad. And he got like a little bit of nerve damage. Like, apparently he couldn't feel shit in his hand. That's why he's got that like glove on.
He's got a bionic glove.
But fucking Christ, if that isn't the funniest fucking thing I'd seen that day. Like, dude, I found it like 30 minutes before I got home. I was still rewatching it by the time she got home. And the second she walked in the fucking door, I was like, you have to see this. No matter how much she tries to pretend like she's a goody two shoes, like, no, nothing. As second I showed her that video, she's busting the fuck up with me. It's so fucking funny. I love that video.
I hate that video.
No, it's the fucking best.
Oh my God.
It's on the same level as him getting crushed by the car, dude.
I hate both of those videos.
Like the and then fucking him like like he's fucking actually whimpering, looking like
sucks.
he's
They're in tremendous pain.
Yeah,
It blows so
bro,
hard.
it's this, what is it, like Schadenfreude or whatever the fuck it's called?
I can't. I hate that.
It's so fucking funny. See, I don't
Feeling glee from someone else's misery, I can't do it.
see. It's not. It only works
Then again,
for me.
I fucking love Jackass, so I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
It
know.
only works for me when it's physical Schadenfreude. Like whenever I can tell that somebody is in extreme pain. Because to me, pain is such a funny thing. Like yesterday, just getting into my car to go to work, I usually just lift up my right leg, step in with my right leg first because I'm a fucking tall ass dude. I gotta like get in this shit like it's a NASCAR, and then some fucking how I knee like the interior to the door, not the actual door itself, but like the part that the door connects to. Somehow it's got like this piece that juts out, and I need it so unbelievably hard. So fucking hard. Like my whole fucking leg from the knee down was numb, bro. And I was just sitting in the car like I don't know how to what to do with that anger. And I started like elbowing the fucking console because I hurt so bad and all this shit. I'm like, and now it still bugs me. But like if I saw that happen to somebody else, that's fucking hilarious. Like
growing up, my friends would know if I was hurt really bad because I would start laughing really hard. Like I would, like my buddy had this big hill and we'd ride bikes and like sled down it. And I would just take a fucking massive tumble and I'd pop up and just be like giggling and holding a body part. And somebody would be like, "Is he okay?" And he's like, "No,
not at all.
No, he's in tremendous pain."
See, that was never me. Whenever I get hurt too bad, I get silent.
Oh, that's scary.
I just don't make noise, and I just like I just like yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
That's not good.
It's like I'm in so much pain that I don't know how to expel it or do anything about it. And I usually
just internalize it until it goes
Yeah,
away.
pretty much.
It will go away.
like I'll maybe grunt like once, like a low grunt.
I fractured my growth plate when I was a kid.
Jesus. Yeah, if anybody doesn't know this, Shane's got one big like monkey arm, and the other one's like fucking
Vestigial and like kind of like a baby-sized arm.
It's like 3 inches long.
Yeah,
It looks like my dick, but that's a tale for another
I
day.
have fingers. Like it has.
I said what I said.
It's manageable. It's small. And
He can grab things. You can put your fingers in there, and he grabs it like a baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
yeah.
I put a carrot in there one time, and he held it all day without realizing.
I'm still kind of pissed about that. I don't like carrots. So I have a baby arm because of an accident I had as a kid.
How much shorter is your other arm actually?
Like an inch,
An
maybe.
inch, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
nothing crazy. Like, it's not even noticeable unless I show you.
But that shit hurt. Like how bad? Like what happened that you fucking busted a
Well,
growth plate?
So a little background. When my dad was deployed in Korea, we couldn't get base housing, so we had to go live with my grandma.
Wait, they wouldn't let you live on base
Yeah,
while their soldier was deployed.
yeah,
What? Is
Yeah.
that commonplace?
kind of.
Bruh.
So you just kind of go, and maybe it was cheaper, and I don't know the whole story because I was a kid, but maybe it was cheaper to just
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. So we're living in my grandma's condominium, which is 2 rooms. So it was me, my brother, and my mom in one room.
That's so fucking It's so fucking funny when people talk about, oh, I got this really nice condo. I'm like, you just have an apartment that you own.
Yeah, that's all a condo is.
Yeah, like
The way we situated the room was my brother was just on a mattress, and then me and my mom were on a bunk bed.
okay.
So we were jumping from the bunk bed to the mattress, and we were doing this for like probably a couple hours. It was an afternoon for us. And I was sitting up there. My brother, I was taking probably a little too long or something, and he just shoves me. I'm not blaming my brother for me breaking my arm.
How old is he?
He was like 7.
That's too old. That's too old to be pushing a motherfucker off a fucking top
Well,
bunk.
to be fair, I'm falling on a mattress. Like, I remember I hit the ground. I hit it with my arm folded underneath me.
I mean, yeah, I guess so,
I
but
fell flat.
I don't know.
Basically, I landed my weight on my arm.
I guess just being an adult, I understand that a mattress actually does not do much.
Yeah.
Like it's
But
meant to be pretty sturdy. Like
the funniest part of the story is like, so I hit and go, and my brother comes down and he's like, hey, you okay? And I was like, you might want to get mom. The funniest part was mom was separated not by a wall, but it's like an old condo. So it's like basically one of those closet doors instead of a wall.
oh,
And she was sitting in a recliner next to it. Either she heard and just assumed everything was fine, or she didn't hear me just break my fucking arm.
I mean, to be fucking fair, the stories that I hear about you and your brother as a kid, I'm sure your parents just got used to sounds of chaos. Like, bro, he was fucking threatening to stab you with a machete or some shit in the other room, and she's like, oh my fucking god, like, and she's just trying to read a book, like.
Yeah, my mother's just a peaceful old woman. So my mom comes in and that's when I found out that our healthcare system is fucked. So we run to the emergency room because TRICARE sucks, so we can't get a fucking military hospital nearby.
No.
So we go to the emergency room, wait for 4 hours before my mom just says, fuck it, we're putting it in a sling and we're going home.
That's what I would do, yeah.
And then I went to the hospital in the morning and they're like, yeah, you definitely fucked it up more sleeping on it. And I was like, what am I like, I'm 9. I don't know how to sleep like a vampire on my back. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Dude, the busted ass arm, you're like, I'll tough it out. And you
Dude,
just
I
slept.
slept on my stomach. Just
I couldn't do that.
it was probably not as bad as a brick, because I mean they gave me a cast and they gave me 6 weeks, but I was out in 3.
Oh.
So it must have not been too crazy. Or I'm an idiot and I just go, yeah, it's fine.
It was probably, no. See, I'd probably see it as like just the doctors being like, in most cases,
Recommended.
yeah, you just need to come get it reset quicker. But I mean, I bet that's not an overall.
Dude, I fucking hated having that cast on.
I've never broken a bone. I've sprained the fuck out of some shit real bad, but
Yeah.
I've never broken anything.
It just sucks because like
Knock on wood.
you still have skin, so it still itches so fucking
That
bad.
would fucking suck. Yeah,
You know what they told me? They're like, hey, don't jam anything down there because it'll get stuck or you like might
bro,
get something.
apparently that
infected.
happens all the time.
And so they're like, what you have to do is use vibrations. I was like, what? And they're like, you're supposed to bang something against the cast. So like,
Yeah.
picture me 2:30 in the morning. I can't go to sleep because my fucking arm itches, and I'm breaking literally a pair of scissors against my arm
Jesus Christ.
because I'm so fucking scratchy. Because all it does is sweat. And it gets gross. Like I had
Yeah.
to wash my arm for like a half an hour once
Yeah,
I got
dude,
that bitch off.
I've seen it when somebody gets it off and their arm's like yellow underneath. Like
Yeah.
it's so disgusting.
It's so bad.
But what the fuck was I gonna say? God damn it. Oh yeah, it's the same. So the fucking reason that you itch is it's like your body's reaction to bugs. Like imagine back when you were fucking monkey people, you got bugs on you and shit, dude. And that's not okay. They can get you sick.
Just
See, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
so normally you scratch because if you scratch, you'll kill him while you do it, right?
Mhm.
So that's why you itch. But I mean, like it's the same. If you smack it, like it's the same type of response. Like your body. That's why if you get a tattoo, they say slap, don't scratch. It'll make the itch go away, and it won't fucking ruin your skin.
I I did that to my arm, and I think I broke both of my big toes one time, but I never went to the hospital for it.
Wait, you broke both your big toes at once?
No, I broke.
Okay, I was about to say.
Maybe I just sprained it really bad or something. Like, cause it hurt like a motherfucker, but no one took me to the hospital. So who knows what happened?
Huh?
But I was like skipping up the stairs, like we just go 2 instead of 1.
Did you fucking kick it?
And I like jumped up and I put all my weight onto one toe and it fucking.
Bruh, I can't even.
It like I heard a crack. It got all sore. It was bad.
Oh, so that was just like extreme turf toe is what you just got then.
Maybe, yeah.
Because that's
And
a
then
pretty common thing I've had
And
to
then I
deal with.
did it again on the other foot like the next day.
Oh, so you did at one time had both big toes hurt. You were walking like a fucking Frankenstein, like on the heels, like
Yeah, I flexed them up so they wouldn't.
yeah, fucking legs straight, just like you got peg legs.
Yeah, and then whatever jammed fingers and sprained ankles. I've
Bro,
gotten
when I
over the
played
years.
football, I was I was so done with jamming my wrists and my fingers and shit because I'm a
Sucks
fucking
so hard.
lineman, bro. Like that's literally I'm
Yeah.
hitting you as hard as I can with my hands every play.
I
And so my fucking wrists and fingers would jam. And so I just got to the point where literally before every single practice, I'd go to the trainer's office and I'd just be like, yeah, wrap this shit up, son. And they'd
Yeah.
wrap my wrists, I'd wrap my fingers. Dude, when I went into a game, just because I know a game's going to last longer and I'm going harder,
You're fucking king
bro,
cut.
I was
just
basically,
covered in bandages,
bro,
yeah.
I had so much fucking athletic tape around my hands just because I was like, and ever since, bro, you hear that?
Yeah.
You guys can't hear this, but on command on my right wrist, it's been fucked up for so long. I can just squeeze it and it'll pop.
I was a receiver, so either I was unathletic or just you just catch so many passes over the years, like fucking probably 1 out of 10 times I would just jam one of my fingers because like either the was bad or just my hands were in the wrong place, but just crunk.
Yeah, that does
And then,
fucking suck.
and then you're just like, oh, so that's going to be swollen for like the
There
next 3
is such a
hours.
unique pain to jamming your thumb on a football.
Oh, it sucks so hard.
It does fucking
It
blow.
blows. I hate it.
That it fucking yeah.
Dude, it's a piece of rubber pigskin. It's a piece of
It turns into
fabric.
it turns your finger into a sausage, dog.
just-
It gets so big and fucking purple and nasty.
Fucking football sucks. I hate it.
I mean, I think I got lucky in the fact that I don't know. I got out before major damage was caused,
Mhm.
and then I still was able to like play for a really good team and get kind of jacked while I was doing it. But
Mhm.
yeah, I would recommend that nobody does football. Would be my recommendation to most people.
Did I tell you how good of a football player my dad was?
No.
He was, I think, statistically the best kicker in California at the time.
What? Who the fuck did he play for? Like in high school or like?
Yeah.
Well,
The
I mean, he's a kicker though.
Well, I don't.
You-
Yeah, he
you don't
told
get-
me he was gonna go and try out for the Niners. He just didn't go that day. Could you imagine what kind of life I would have? If I
It's
was
tough as
fucking-
fuck to walk on, but if you're gonna be an NFL player,
Gotta be a kicker.
be a kicker, dog.
Be a kicker.
Your career can last 30-something years,
Yeah.
and you are still essential to the team and will
It's
get
like-
good pay.
Well, it's weird because it's like it's either a kicker or more competitively a quarterback. You can have like fucking Tom Brady's 48. I mean, also he's Tom
Well,
Brady.
that's because they take
like-
care of them motherfuckers.
Like Ben Roethlisberger, he's still going. Fucking Brett Favre, he played like 2,000 games in a row.
Plus, they fucking wear like bulletproof vests and shit.
Yeah, and also there's a lot of rules that protect them, like no
Yeah.
roughing, no fucking like if you hit him while he's sliding, penalty. Like
But if you're a lineman fighting another lineman, you can
No,
punch
yeah,
him in
yeah.
the throat and the dick, and
yeah,
you can.
linemen are fucking. if there's any sort of like gladiator or kind
That-
of blood
exactly,
sport,
bro.
it's fucking linemen.
That's what it fucking is, bro. It's like
Yeah.
I'm very strong because I've trained for this a long
Yeah.
time. You're very strong because you've trained for this for a long time.
I
Time to see who can hurt the other and make them do what you want them to. Like,
I always make fun. I used to make fun of them and just say they were professional shovers, but I say that. I also know I can't do their fucking job.
bro, it's
fucking
professional
insane.
shoving your head into the
Yeah.
fucking dirt. Is
They-
what it is. Like, it's
They mistakenly in like middle school and like early high school, they made me a tight end, because I had good hands and I was kind of tall.
Tall, yeah.
But in middle school, they don't have fucking tight ends going off the they just
On a
have,
route.
yeah. So I was just doing blocking drills for like the first 2 years of playing football, and I fucking hated it because I was 40 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah.
I had to learn all the really I just had to be quicker. I just had to learn the fucking scoop, because there's no way I'm gonna win a one-on-one. So I just got to get around.
That is an interesting thing about being a lineman, like defensive line and stuff like that. Nobody really thinks about it, but you can be like, at least on defense, you don't have to be like one set body type. Like you can be a little skinnier, you can be a little, shorter or whatever. As long as you got that explosive power to get around or be tricky with how you're moving and shit.
That
you can
being
bust.
said, O-line, I don't think applies. You do have to just stand there and be a fucking wall.
Well, it's not really standing there. There's a lot of
Sorry.
different, I mean,
I know what you mean.
it's a ton of different movements.
Yeah,
like there seriously were like so many different movements that they made you drill over and over. Like I could seriously bust down and fucking do like 3 of them right now.
My favorite was when they're like, all right, what you're going to do is this guy's going to block the guy who's in front of you and you're going to go around. And I was like, oh, that fucking rules. I didn't even know that was an option.
That shit was tough, man. Especially because the linemen, like, you really are your own little battleship when you're fucking doing that shit. Like, the quarterback has
like
his
Rihanna
own.
and Liam Neeson and everything.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah, when those giant fucking, like, saw balls come out of the sky.
I never saw that movie.
Yeah, I think I just remember trailers. But
because do you know why you remember it?
What?
Because it's a fucking movie about Battleship. Who the fuck? Hasbro? What the fuck?
That is true. Was it?
I know Transformers worked, but that came with a story. That was a cartoon. Like, do you remember the Battleship Saturday morning cartoon? No, you don't. Why was there a movie?
That is a dumb fucking thing.
Why? Why was the guy from Wanted and the girl who sung Umbrella in that movie? What? That movie fucking baffles me.
That is a good fucking point. Who was the one that greenlit that shit and be like, hey, this really popular toy? I bet we can make a movie about it.
Like,
is that really what it's about?
Like, the thing is, oh, absolutely. But the thing is, like, I kind of get. I mean, it was a terrible idea and they should have done it, but I kind of get emojis because you can kind of make character with them and make a weird blah 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 out of it. But like, Battleship has too less of character to do anything with it, and kind of too much to really do anything interesting.
It really is like
it's an active war simulator.
Yeah, it's like, hey, let's make a game about tic-tac-toe and the two main characters are tick and tack. It's like, are you fucking stupid?
They kind of already did Battleship. It was fucking Hunt for Red October. It's the same thing.
Oh yeah, if you're gonna make a battleship movie, you're making a war movie. Just make a good battleship war movie. Like,
at what point
that'd be so interesting. Could you imagine a movie that was about like 2 fucking like giant battleships and how they're just fighting each other on different sides of a war? You could make that so interesting.
The Battle of Midway,
dude.
They literally couldn't see each other. They couldn't see the ships over the horizon. They were just sending ships. At each other? They were just sending, or not ships,
artillery.
No, fuck. What's it called? Planes.
Planes.
They were just shooting planes to each other.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You could just make that movie.
That'd be so
have 2
good.
Boats that don't have sonar, and then they're just trying their best.
Yeah, because that was a real interesting problem that both sides were trying to deal with.
Yeah.
And then it was just whoever could figure it out better.
But just some dipshit who was on too much cocaine, probably had a cigarette, went, what if aliens? And Liam Neeson was like, just sign my name.
Yeah, why was it that fucking weird shit? Like,
do you know why?
No.
Because fucking Transformers are aliens.
Is that for real?
Probably.
Who directed it?
Who fucking cares?
Oh. I was about to be like, if it was Michael Bay, that dude really
I think it's because what was popular at the time was making toys, bringing them into movies, and then just saying they were aliens. So when they're like, well, why do we do Battleship? It's like, obviously, just do aliens. It's fucking ridiculous.
I mean, I think I honestly think
they didn't say once in the movie. Sorry, I'm gonna rant about that. They don't say it once, and I know it. They don't
suck my battleship.
They never say it.
How dare they? That would be fucking great. Oh my, yeah, just like a commander completely serious, like it fucking like what is it, like defense, like wherever he's at, where he's got the big screen that 80 people on computers and shit, and then he goes, they've sunk our battleship, and he's like totally serious about it, like. Yeah, that'd be super cheesy, but it would give me a giggle.
That movie would go from a 4 to a 6 if they just did that.
It would give me a giggle. It'd be like, we know this movie's bad, and I would appreciate that. I feel like that'd be really good.
Like, bad movies without self-awareness, fucking.
Yes.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yes. See, but then there are some movies that take that self-awareness way too fucking hard, like the Scary Movie franchise, and they're just like, we're fun.
The first one was pretty good.
That's what I've heard. I've never seen any of them.
The rest of them are not good.
I mean, fucking, they got like Charlie Sheen dipping his dick in Coke or whatever. I don't fucking know. Like, they're just really going for that wacky SNL fucking humor bullshit. I'm like,
It got bad with like fucking the same guys who did that. They've done Epic Movie and they did
Oh,
fucking Superhero Movie and all
bro.
those terrible, terrible films.
For some reason,
The whole joke in those movies is, hey, do you remember this? This is a property.
I'm pretty sure the guy that wrote those movies, the only reason he got those to be fully produced is because his
brothers.
No, I think it's his father. I think his dad is like a really famous director, producer, like all that shit. And then he was just like, yeah, I want to make funny movies. And then he took his shit on a piece of paper and his dad was like, yeah, we'll make it. Epic Movie is a piece of fucking trash, though. Ugh. It wasn't fucking, was a superhero movie or some shit like that? What was the name of it? Whatever.
With Drake Bell?
Drake Bell, yeah. I fucking remember that. And then even when I was as a young age, I was like, there are like 2 good bits in this hour and 30-minute movie.
They somehow they ruin Lindsay Nelson or
Lindsay Lohan?
No.
Who the fuck you talking about?
The guy from Naked Gun, the old dude.
Bro, I have no fucking.
No, look it up. You'll know who I'm talking about. For
Lindsay Nelson?
Just look up Naked Gun.
Oh, Naked Gun cast.
I can't remember his fucking name.
Leslie Nielsen?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's so fucking funny, and those movies ruined
fucking
him.
OJ is. I forget OJ was like actually good at acting.
He was in some movies, yes.
Yeah, but he was pretty good at acting. Was like his thing. Like people were like surprised by how well he could act.
He was a good straight guy.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like even that's difficult to do. Like you really have to get in the mindset to. I don't know. Acting's hard.
Acting is hard. Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
My favorite thing about this guy is he started out being in very like conventional like crime procedurals and like dramas and shit, and then out of nowhere he just had like fantastic. Like this is the same. They asked him one of my favorite lines. He has 2 really good lines. It's he like walks into a room and some dude's like, "Who are you? And how'd you get in here?" And he went, "Well, I'm the locksmith." And I'm the locksmith.
That is pretty good.
And another one was like, "Surely you can't be serious." He's like, "I am. And don't call me Shirley." Like this dude's fucking hilarious, but
So
the only reason he's so funny is because he spent so much time being a dramatic like Shakespearean actor.
Oh, this motherfucker dead.
Yeah, he's very dead.
Okay. He had a net worth of 20 million.
What's always with money with you?
Well, it's just interesting because like when they're a superstar like this, he was in over 100 movies, it said, and over 150 TV shows.
Uh-huh.
How do you do that much and not be a minted millionaire by the time you die?
Well,
This motherfucker was 20 million net worth.
Yeah, what's a minted millionaire?
Minted is over 100.
Oh, okay.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. Like he must have been spending some dough, son. Oh my god.
Or he was in. I think he got more famous later in his life, so he might have just been in smaller stuff up until fucking he was like 70.
Even then, bro, that's oh nah. He was a spender. He's got a fucking gigantic house.
That is a big old house.
Fucking hell.
I mean, you're gonna die. You're not taking it.
Paradise. Oh, he's got multiple homes too. All right, yeah, I feel more justified.
We're not fucking Egyptians. We're not taking any of it with us.
Big spender. Yeah, but I'm definitely of that like pussy bitch mindset of like, well, I'm just gonna make it like we're gonna treat this new money like it's old money. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I'm gonna have my kids fucking have a beater car. You're not gonna get a phone until high school. Not this or that. And you're gonna.
I have. If you want,
I like that. I'm just saying that, assuming I'm gonna be rich. Like,
here's something to all the parents out there. If you want to be lazy and you don't want to put in the effort to teach your child work ethic and patience and technical skills, just buy them a shitty car. They will learn all those things.
Yeah, well,
I had such a shitty car.
I don't know about
growing up.
I don't know about it'll instill work ethic in them. I think if you make them pay for their own shit, to make them buy their own car.
Because I don't think you ever saw it. I think I bought my new Jeep.
Yeah, I've never seen you with your old one.
But I used to have an old 96 Jeep who I loved more than some family members. I loved that fucking car. And it was the worst piece of here's. Do you know what a death wobble is? So Jeeps have this weird thing that their back axle, their struts sometimes just wear down, so it doesn't have stabilization when it hits bumps. So if I was going over a certain speed, the whole car would start shaking side to side and would not stop until I slowed down.
And that's your suspension just getting out of whack, just bouncing?
Just refusing to
That
work.
sounds incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would lose control for about 15 seconds.
Yeah.
I had that car for 6 years. That
Like,
car,
you lost complete control, or you were just like,
75% control.
yeah, that's still not good. Like, if I was in the backseat, I'd be like, you need to slow the fuck down.
Yeah.
Wait, like, we're fucking, we can go 20 on the interstate. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like,
What else happened to that car? There was one time where the gas tank just broke and then just leaked gasoline onto the ground.
what the fuck? How did it break? Like
Something
like
rusted.
an entry pipe just busted off?
Like the actual tank, I think, got rusted and cracked and everything.
Oh, okay. How much
Uh,
did that cost to replace? Did you
about
just
$1,000.
really to get a new one?
I put maybe like
Should
conservative.
Should have just patched that bitch up with some flex tape, son.
Conservative estimate, I probably spent about $6-7 in that car.
Bruh,
But I got it for free, so
just wrap the whole car in flex. I mean, that is, you get it for free?
it was
what?
my dad's car.
Oh.
We got it in like 03 or something.
See, bro, my fucking older brother was lucky. He got my dad's car handed to him when he got older, which didn't happen to me. And that motherfucker, he ran that car to the ground. Like, he treated it like
Sure
shit.
did, yeah.
Dude, and I was like, what? You couldn't have fucking kept that shit around for me, dude? And I had to buy my own fucking car. I was like, this is the horse shit.
With that being said, that car was super dependable when it needed to. I was because I was here when I graduated from college, and my family made me go to the graduation. So I was like, fuck, all right, I guess I'm driving to Lincoln in my car. That was the last time I drove that car. It got me to my college graduation and back, and then the next day would not turn on. And I went,
You like slap the hood and you're
I was
like,
like, you did your job.
have a nice rest, girl. You fucking like an old dog.
And then I bought my new
And then
car.
you went and got the shotgun and
Yeah, I
right the engine. Go fucking.
Yep, I took old Bessie behind the barn and
You imagine some fucking
Just let her-
retard just shooting a Jeep? Just fucking.
tried to put it down. It's still going.
Just gotta put her down, you know what I'm saying?
I felt what I planned on doing with that car was driving it until it literally broke and then lighting it on fire wherever it was.
Nice.
But what ended up happening was once I got my new car and I was trying to figure out when to do that and when to have time, so I just parked out in the street until the cops came. It's like, this is technically a piece of garbage. You need to do
And
something.
they just
with it.
took it. Wow.
And it
Well,
got,
why? You could just get it. You take it over to like a scrap heap and they give you like $500 for it or
I
something.
I towed it to a place and they gave me some money for it.
Yeah.
But I fucking love that car.
I
love that fucking
I never
car.
think about it, but if you are somebody who's good with cars and you're like pretty decent with doing things with your hands, because like it fucking baffles me how often people are just willing to get rid of shit that is not hard to fix. Like people don't understand that there is a reason things work. Like your phone is not just this magic little brick. Like there's fucking little rocks and electric ports and there's fucking things inside your phone that make it work. And if something breaks, guess what? There's a fucking way to fix it. It's crazy.
Well, we've talked about this before. Like if you don't know how to do something and you want to know how to do it, you're just being lazy. The internet exists.
Truly, like, dude, fucking recently, my fucking car, every time I'd brake, I heard like like some fucking grinding in the back, and I was like, yeah, that's probably my brakes.
Or your discs.
So the way that it works is the discs that you're talking about, the rotors. And yeah, so when the brakes go out and they make that noise, it's the sound of the brakes getting too low and grinding the fucking rotor to dust.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that's probably what it is. So I took it to my grandpa's house, and he's super fucking amazing with cars. Like, he's worked on them his whole life and all this. And so I go there, and he helps me with it. And he was like, yeah, you need a new rotor and all this. And like everybody, you ask everybody, yeah, they go like, oh, that sucks. Because to other people, it's like, well, to get my rotor replaced, I got to take it to a shop, and they're usually going to replace both. And just the amount of money it costs for it to be in the shop is it's gonna run me like $600.
Also, I know what it entails to actually get those fixed, and it would be a pain in the ass for me because Like, you got to take the wheel off. You actually have to like. It's nice because you might have to lift it just so you can get in there. So it's not too deep into the car, but it's still a pain in the ass just to replace those parts.
So yeah, but it's like, I mean, it kind of is, but all you really need is the know-how and the tools, and then it's
and
just
also
like
the parts. Like,
well, yeah. But I mean, you just run down. So literally, what we did is my grandpa was like, "Oh yeah, we'll just replace your rotor," and I was like, "All right, sweet." And so yeah, like literally, we just took that bitch. I mean, there's calipers and all this shit, but there's logical things that work in a very specific way. That if you just use your brain for 10 minutes, you can be like, "I see why this works. I see how this works with this. I see how this should go together."
cars are just Legos.
Yeah, exactly. You take it apart.
Cars are just Legos.
You put the fucking new one in. You put it back together properly. And then it's fucking crazy. Your car just works. Like, so now my fucking everything's fine. Everybody was like, "Oh my god, that's gonna be so expensive. I can't that sucks for you. All this. It cost me like $120, and that was because I fucking changed oil too."
Yeah, you literally just have to pay for that. Like, because growing up, I think cars and like being a mechanic, if I can remember correctly, was probably like one of my first hobbies.
Really?
Like super young. So I was always growing up around it because my dad was always one of those like preventative maintenance stuff you can just do at home.
Yeah.
So we'd always do that. But there was one time he had a new Outback, so he was reading the manual because he wanted to change the oil on it. An hour job, and literally the only hard part is waiting for it to.
Yeah, you literally take the fucking bolt out. It fucking drains for 30 minutes, and then you put the bolt back in, change the filter, you're good to go.
The problem was the transmission fluid and the oil were close together.
Oh, dude, my fucking grandpa did that before.
So he drains out. He just storms into the house from the garage, pissed,
dude.
And I was like, "What's going on?" He's like, "I fucking took out the transmission fluid," and I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "I didn't do it on purpose, dumbass." Like,
that shit ain't cheap, dog.
And the worst part is, it's not like oil where you can just put it back in and then plug it.
It's a whole thing.
You have to put in a quarter, run the car for an hour, put more in, run the car. It went from an hour to 6 hours.
Yeah, half a day.
And the reason he was doing it is because he had a road trip for school. I think it was the Florida one I was telling you about. So literally, he had to get that done. He had it wasn't one of those things you'd be like, "Fuck it, like I'll get an Uber to work or something." He needed to leave
the car. Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh."
So and he was just like, "Well, a road trip, some clean oil would be good for the car." Like this and that.
I mean, before I go on a road trip, I definitely do.
Some maintenance.
Just because I'm lazy and I don't have a garage, I'll take it over to Firestone. It's like just look it over.
It actually is really nice how a lot of places are very good about keeping oil changes cheap, which is nice considering that they're super not hard, and it's like.
Also, my car's pretty new, so they have like a report thing where they just look over everything.
Yeah.
It's like $40 and which is insane for them literally just looking at my car, but also like fucking
that I would still
I spend that on caffeine a week.
I'd still be willing to bet that they don't there's a few things in the car that could go wrong that they wouldn't catch. Like there's a few things that you do to check what's wrong in a car. Like there's this one thing where you hook up.
I'm sure they don't hook up and check my alignment on their machine. I'm sure they don't check how my battery's charged. I'm sure they're not checking. They're checking the dipstick, but I'm sure there's a ton of different stuff. You can check on the oil health.
They're definitely checking. There's this little like handheld computer thing that you hook up to the console of the vehicle, and then
the diagnostic check.
Yeah, and then it's got some. It'll do little flags here and there about like, oh, this might be broken. This shit. It's crazy how. Oh my god! And eventually, dude, it's gonna be so like, when cars go electric and shit, like, they're gonna get more complicated. Like,
I do feel like a dinosaur sometimes. Because I'll be driving one of the vans at work, and they have this thing, which is nice, but also scared me the first time, where the car basically slows down if it hits a side wind, because it won't throw you into the neighboring. Because if you just hit to the side, that van's just going to go to the next lane, and who knows what's over there. So it will slow it down and basically kind of take control from you for a while, like 10 seconds. Freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah, I would not be okay with that.
And I realized in that moment I turned 65 and I was like, what the fuck? Just let me drive the car. I remember back in my
let me have my machine.
Yeah, I felt like such a I mean, that happened. Do you remember when Prius, their floor mats would get stuck on the driver? There was like 3 of them that they couldn't stop because they're going, which by the way, if it turns out it was just the floor mat, you're an idiot. You can't just look down and be like, oh, I'm stepping on fucking carpet right now instead of the fucking pedal.
Even then, I'm sure, because like a lot of floor mats are like pinned down too. So I imagine it's not as
Oh,
easy as
yeah,
just
yeah.
like lifting the floor mat. Like you gotta fucking, there's a couple things you gotta do, but you've only got seconds.
I
So
guess. Once again, I'm really used to having a really shitty car.
yeah,
So the floor mats were just
Yeah,
pieces
just
of rubber we
falling
had
around,
around.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's also a big issue why people say like if your car's dirty, at least keep the driver's area clean, because like an empty water bottle or something get behind the gas, or the brake is the one that you got to be careful about. It can get behind the brake and then you just can't.
Just can't stop.
Yeah, something could obstruct it. And it's like, yeah, this is a dangerous machine.
My car's pretty dirty right now.
So is mine. Definitely, as it's getting warmer now, it's tougher to do when you don't have like a house, because like it's so easy with a house. You just go out your driveway, you get the vacuums and shit. But moving into that townhome make it a little easier.
Because we have actual parking spots.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll have some space, and we'll actually have like our own little area, and that'll be fucking good.
It would be super sweet.
Dude, I'm getting so fucking excited. Like all of the shit that we need is here. Like all the foam, like all this.
The only thing we really have to worry about is I'm probably gonna cut all of this planning. This isn't a slice of life anime. No one gives a shit if we're getting a washer or dryer. But we have to worry about washer and dryer and internet.
I have the washer and dryer. Remember?
Yeah. I mean, we just have to actually
Go get it. Yeah.
Knowing where it is important, but there's steps.
Yeah, we have to go
2
get
through
it.
14.
Get it hooked up. Get it downstairs.
Yeah,
we might have to
be a bitch.
We might have to rent a trolley. I feel like that would help.
Yeah.
You know, those things that they fucking put.
I was thinking we take a big piece of metal and we just slide it down the stairs.
like it's surfing down the stairs.
We'll put it at the top, and then we'll have your girlfriend or someone.
Somebody
we'll
at the
stand
bottom, and
we'll
catch it. Yeah, absolutely.
No. We'll stand at the bottom. We're yeah. I'm not gonna put your.
I thought you were. I thought you were.
I
I thought you were literally just going, and then push it downstairs. Like just let it.
We're not gonna put your 90-pound girlfriend at fucking.
She gets turned to paste.
Yeah, you don't have a girlfriend anymore after that. Like, sorry, rat. Well, good news, you're single. Bad news, you're dead. She's dead.
Jesus, fucking Christ. So let's not do that. We could also. There's actually a few things that we could buy.
That turned funny.
That turned funny.
We really turned that one around. I'm proud of us.
There are these little things that you can get that are like the fucking these like weird like straps that like go around your shoulder and your torso.
Yeah.
And you put the cloth underneath whatever's heavy, and then you have another person on the other side, and you both just stand up. And with the cloth, all the weight's on your legs, and it's so fucking smart. We could probably just do that.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah,
there's definitely better ways to do it.
truly, but we'll be all right. It's moving.
We could cut a floor in the top floor and then use some kind of crane contraption just to drop it in.
Rent a crane, about $400,000. Just go rent a crane to move my washer into the basement.
Well, the only issue is like I don't know how to rapport flooring, so I could just have that hole permanently.
Bro, I could just be like Archimedes, and we can make a fucking pulley system that's like 500 pulleys, and then it takes my pinky finger to move it.
Yeah, and then after that, we'll pick up the world.
Did you know that was a fucking thing? I can't remember if it was Archimedes specifically, but somebody way back when who's like one of the, like geniuses that advanced, just civilization in general. He had like convinced the king to let him do something if he won this bet. And the bet was that he could lift an entire warship with one arm.
Oh, yeah.
And he created this like insanely complicated pulley system. And then all it took was like, well, I mean, obviously, so the way that a pulley works is it separates out the amount of weight it takes to move something,
and then depending on how far you put on the actual bar, helps you.
Well, so you're thinking of a lever.
Oh,
what I'm talking about is a pulley system.
Sorry, I've never moved past simple machines, so you're gonna have to. Wedge, I got. Lever, I got. Ramp, I understand.
I mean, a pulley system does kind of use it. Like the pulley is
further than
the pulley is a sort of lever, but the way that it works is so if you put a pulley, it basically it puts the amount of like strength it takes to lift something to half, just one pulley.
Yeah,
but
gotcha.
it doubles the amount of distance that you have to pull.
Mm-hmm.
So when he put those like 80 million pulleys, like he just had to pull for like fucking 2 minutes, a couple minutes, and then it came out of the water. Gotcha. It lightens the load over this giant thing, but it just takes more time to do it. He said load. So fucking stupid. Go ahead.
I didn't tell you about this house I delivered to the other day. It was fucking insane.
No, what?
I was in Wahoo, something like that. It was one of those, like, I could definitely tell the neighborhood it was built around was like a man-made lake, and I was on like a hill, and like there was fences around it. So I was like, oh, I'm about to see some serious shit. So I pull up to this house, and it's like the biggest house in the neighborhood of already big houses. Like each one 3-car garage, insanity.
Nice.
Like shit I've never seen before. And it's shaped in I want to say a C, but it's more square. So there's no curve. It's just wall, back wall.
So you mean you?
Thank you.
Nice.
I was getting there. Like I said, simple machines, ramp, levers, pulleys,
4 + 4.
simple alphabets. I'm lost completely.
So it's a big house.
Big house. So basically how you enter is you go through the middle of the U, up a grand staircase, up to a door literally taller than me. Also, by the way, there was 4 windows, which I assume were 2 bedrooms, all had half balconies. In their driveway, which by the way, there was 4 garages underneath those balconied bedrooms, there was a Bentley, a Lamborghini SUV, and a Mercedes. Here's the thing that got me. They weren't in the garage. Do you remember growing up, you put the shitty car outside? What was in the garages? What alien spacecraft do they own that they're like, oh, we want to keep that out of the rain? That they left the Lamborghini outside.
That really truly is just a different kind of money.
It was a Land Rover, not a Mercedes. I'm so sorry.
Who cares? That's a different kind of money.
It was like
the house alone is a different kind of money. Like, could you imagine growing up in a family like that? Like, you just have a different life.
I remember.
I bet they have butlers and shit, dog.
Dude,
like,
it was the biggest house in a neighborhood of Disney original channel like movie houses.
Okay, I need to talk about something. There is a it'll all relate. Just give me a second. There's some fucking movie on Netflix that my girlfriend wanted to show me because it's like some chick flick and she really likes it. It's like To All the Boys I've Loved Before. It's based on a book. All this shit. It's got that one. He's pretty cringy in real life, but he's a decent actor. His name's like Noah Centineo. He's just like, everybody loves him because he's fucking...
The TikTok kid?
No, you're thinking of... I can't fucking remember.
He does like weird cringy faces, but like all of his fans are like 6.
No, you're thinking of somebody else. You're thinking of the guy who's dating fucking 11 from Stranger Things. I can't remember his name right now, but we'll find it out later.
Finn Wolfhard?
No, not in the fucking actual show. In real life. She's dating some cringy dude in real life.
What do you mean?
The girl who plays that character?
11? The second?
Yeah, the girl who plays 11.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She's very popular. She dates some cringe lord in real life.
Wait, hold up. She's not actually a psychic?
Ha. Hey, everybody laugh with me. Ha. Hey, Shane, go ahead and put on a laugh track right. She's not a psychic. He's got this very dejected look on his face right now. So what I was saying was, this movie is so... Like, everybody's like, I love it. It's got such a vibe. It's like if you brought a Tumblr post to real life.
I hate that shit.
So imagine the girl who's not popular at the age of 13. Isn't very attractive, is a bit overweight, does not have very many friends. Imagine if she were to write a movie about what she thinks love is. That's what this fucking movie felt like. Half of the characters didn't know how to act. Everything was oversaturated. Every single fucking color in this movie is exploding off the screen. And I'm like, why? We don't live in a fucking toy house. Like, what is going on? And
also, if you're going for the vibe of like adolescent love, I mean, maybe like, I don't like, that's the wrong kind of environment you want to create, right?
Okay, and so my point is, what I'm talking about when they're getting into this, the fucking high school that she goes to is this utopian fucking school that's got a ton of amenities. Every character in the movie, they show a few houses. Every character is a house that's like $1 million, like a massive fucking house, amazing houses, every single one. And then there's like a couple plot points where they go on like school trips and shit. I'm like, in real life, if to go on this school trip, it would cost like $7,000. Every single character is going, every single fucking character in this movie is rich as fuck, is my point. And I was like, Why is this something that is being shown to every single, like, it's like a young woman chick flick? What fucking standards are we giving people? Like, it is the shittiest movie. And then we watched the third one. The third one's pretty good. But the fucking first one sucked ass.
I want you to cast your mind back, if you can, and it's a dark place. I need you to go. But do you remember watching High School Musical for the first time?
Dude,
Their high school's insane. All of her houses are nuts. Dude, they meet on a ski vacation.
Bro,
I've
yes.
never been on a ski vacation.
They're always on these wild. Okay,
My craziest vacation, we went to medieval times, and that's because it was in the neighborhood of family.
it really is just a movie. Like, hey, rich white kids,
Yeah.
this is for you.
Literally, your only issue in life is deciding if you want to be in the play,
Yes.
star of the play, or star of the basketball team.
Yeah, that's fucking true. Yeah, no matter what you do, you're gonna be the best at it because daddy's put money in since you were born.
Yeah.
I fucking hate
Also,
that.
because of great genetics from the generations, you're breathtaking. Everything is going for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
All you have to worry about is if you want to be with the, and of course he picks
Like
the girl.
it's totally like not even an option that you're gonna be prom king. Like you're just prom king, and then of course the girl that you date is gonna be smoking fucking hot and give me the wildest boner I've had when I was 5 years old.
Jesus Christ,
Dude, okay, I gotta tell this is really embarrassing, but it's fucking real. When I was really young, I never met my great grandma, and she knew. I don't know if she knew, but she was very sick.
What the fuck is happening?
She was very sick when my mom was pregnant with me.
We were just talking about bones.
Okay, but so she knits this blanket for me,
Do
and
you
then
end up
she-
nutting?
no, and then she doesn't get to meet me.
Uh-huh.
Then they give me the blanket. It turns out I fall in love with the blanket. Like I love this blanket. I carry it with me everywhere. Like I'm like
Uh-huh.
what's his fucking face from Peanuts,
Is that
right?
what you're holding right now?
No. I'm not. I'm holding my dick. Doesn't look much like a blanket. You want to see my dick? Act like I won't pull my dick out right now. Act like I won't pull my dick out right now, Shane.
Hold up.
Act like I won't pull it. Those are my nuts. Look at my nuts, Shane. He thought I wouldn't fucking do it.
Of course, I was trying to yes and your fucking blanket, and it turned into you showing me your nuts.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want to live with you. If
Nah,
that's the escalation of how things work. Hey, hey, for dinner, I'm thinking mac and cheese or
And
hot
my
dogs.
nuts.
What are you thinking? Oh, that's your penis? Those were neither of the options, Ryan.
That's fucking funny, dog. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm gonna be so mad.
Dude, you ever been hit with the fucking, oh, look, I found a baby bird. And they walk towards you with their like really flaccid dick and they're just like, that's a great trick. If anybody wants to trick your male friend, don't do it to somebody of the opposite sex. But if you're a dude,
that is a crime.
walk up to your guy friends and just have your dick and balls cupped in your both hands and walk, like be turned around and then turn around and be like, oh my god, guys, look, a baby bird. And then you'll show it to them. And then for 0.5 seconds, they'll be like, yo, what the fuck? Because they'll actually think it's a baby and they'll be like, it's your dick. And then you'll be like,
when I was in high school, all the ROTC guys had something that I hated, but did because it was fun. It was, hey, can you look at my watch? And you just drape your dick over the.
I've done that too.
And my dad introduced me to something called the flying squirrel.
Oh,
Here's the thing about it. We were at a party when I was like super young, and my dad was plastered as his want. And at this house, because they had kids too, there was a trampoline. So all the grown men, you just see them flooding into the backyard. And I go, well, I want to go. And one of the women, I still don't know what her name was, but what her face looks like. But bless this woman. She went, you don't want to go outside. Your dad's doing something crazy. And I was like, what? So later, years later, because this memory popped into my head from, I don't know, just resentment and probably something else. And I remember I asked my dad, I was like, what were you doing? And I was like, oh, I was doing the flying squirrel. And I was like, I have several more questions. What is that? And he's like, oh, it's where you take off your pants and then you lie down and you just flop it up and down. And I went,
what?
And I was like, why were you doing that? And he's like, I thought it'd be funny. And I was like, was it? And I was like, there wasn't a lot of people laughing. I was like, Dad.
Dude, to a bunch of people you don't really know very well.
I assume he knew the people he was doing it to.
Also,
but I didn't know that.
That's not even a funny dick joke. Like, I'm just going to flop my dick about.
Literally, the joke was, I have a dick, is the punchline, and also the setup.
Dude, there's so many better jokes that you can make out of having a dick. Like, I've got the, you know, it's fucking hilarious. You can grab your, if you're a girl and you don't know this, nut skin is pretty, there's a lot of it.
Batwing?
There's a lot of it. Not the bat, we might be talking about the same thing. You can, at least, can grab my fucking ball skin, pull it up over my balls and dick, like stuff it all in
Yeah,
there,
you can just have a little pouch.
and then it looks like a vagina. You look like you got a pussy. Because both your nuts look like the size of the pussy. You got this little crack up the middle. And it's pretty good. It's funny.
Another one is you just tuck it through. That's always fun. Do the Buffalo Bill.
Oh, and then it comes out real slow. Yeah.
Always a good. I had. This might be a crime about to talk. My roommate was in his room.
Wait. What the fuck were we talking about before I showed you my nuts? I was like on a tirade about something, and we totally fucking
Talking about your fucking blanket or something.
Okay. So we were talking about fucking High School Musical and how I love this blanket, dude. I carried it everywhere, like way too long, to like the age of 5 or 6. High School Musical comes out, and I watch that movie, and I go, "Oh my god!" And then I was so embarrassed about having a blanket because I was like, "Dude, if I'm gonna have a girlfriend like that, I need to not have a blanket."
Gotta get rid of this
I
blanket.
seriously stuffed it into the closet into like a little spot I couldn't fucking like that to like hide it. I came back and got it like a week later, but it was like for me that was like such a moment of like strength. I was like, I'm getting rid of this fucking thing.
Vanessa Hudgens will never love me if I have a blankie.
Bro, I had a hard crush on Vanessa Hudgens as a
Dude,
kid.
yeah, so did I. It's
Hard crush.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know how old she was in that movie, so I'm hesitant to talk about it now, about the way she was then.
Mm-hmm.
But as a child, fiercely attracted to that woman. Fiercely. Like, had dreams about it type of fierce. Like, I'm like 6, so they're like PG rated dreams, but you know what I mean? Like, we hold hands and shit, and I'm like, oh my God.
I need new sheets.
I'm 6, bro. Your balls don't work yet. What the fuck?
I don't know if that's true, but I know what you're getting at.
I'm pretty sure your balls cannot blast big cum when you're 6.
I'm sure there's a 6-year-old that's had a fucking wet dream.
6? Dude, there's no fucking way.
Dude, you can have an erection like a...
Well, yeah, an
like
erection. Not a
Actually-
wet dream. When do balls start working?
I would try another search.
The facts about your testicles. Semen production. Haha. Testicles, also called testes or balls. And now the fucking page is reloading.
Also called nuts or them fangs.
Or D's. How big is it normal to up? How shrink when I get cold? Why do my testicles hang? Ooh, what the fuck? What? It got to cancer really fast. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for when do they start working?
What are they saying about the cancer? What's going on with the...
Come on. Fucking Christ.
It's because you typed in, when did my balls start working into Google? Gotta use some fucking scientific language.
Puberty and normal growth and development in boys. Well,
there we go. We got there.
Hey, it was the second link.
We took the worst on-ramp, but we got to our destination.
Oh, bro. Who the fuck is mowing my lawn? I don't think you can hear it in the podcast. Somebody's mowing outside. It's really fucking loud.
Worst case scenario, I'm just going to cut this fucking...
Yeah.
The 2 seconds that we're looking up fucking testicles.
Reassuring your child about his nuts growing. At the start of puberty, the testicles increase in size, drop lower, and the scrotum darkens. What the fuck?
It darkens?
Bro, my nuts get darker?
Okay.
Become looser and becomes dotted with small bumps. Later in puberty, the penis begins to grow and mature.
Hold up.
I would say I've got a mature dick.
Did I not do puberty correctly? Because I don't remember my nuts getting darker, and I don't know anything about these dots.
It is kind of fair.
Or is that like hair follicles?
I think it's just like... It says dotted with small bumps. Is that, yeah, follicles probably. That's what I would assume.
Okay, that makes... Okay. But I don't think...
Pubic hair grows shortly after the changes in the scrotum. So yeah, that makes sense. Why are you not telling me when they can start shooting cum? What the fuck? Oh, okay, and wet dreams begin happening after your shit changes. See, you can't blast big gobs of...
the fucking rush of hormones that your brain's just like, well, we got to get this out at all points.
I think it's also you just start developing. Like, I seriously, because your nuts are like...
Dude, your nuts work.
I don't think they shoot.
They don't?
I don't think they shoot. And if they shoot, I don't think they shoot.
So wait, my genitals is just a gun without bullets until I'm 13?
That's what I think. Do adolescent genitals work? This is a weird thing to be searching.
Don't actually search. And it's in, and we're on a watch list.
No, the fuck we're not. Male reproductive system for teens. This is a pretty decent question, bro. I don't feel like why it's that fucking bad. And
do you know why it's bad? Because neither one of us have kids.
I have a fucking girlfriend and shit, bro. It's fucking fine. I ain't a pedophile.
Okay. Okay.
Fucking Christ, bro. And I'm getting into fucking biology and shit. They're talking about gametes. What the fuck, bro? What is the male reproductive system? Bruh. Just tell me when they can shoot. That's all I want to fucking know. How does the male reproductive system work? Makes semen. In a fucking bullet list, the first bullet is makes semen. Releases semen.
Okay, this is the same thing.
Produces hormone. What the fuck? When a baby boy is born, he has all the parts of his reproductive system in place, but it isn't until puberty that he's able to reproduce.
Really?
Bro, when puberty begins, usually between the ages of 9 to 15, is when the pituitary gland located near the brain secretes hormones that stimulate the testicles to produce testosterone. The production of testosterone brings about many physical changes, including making big cummy, bro. Shit, son. I feel so fucking smart.
Okay. Am I wrong? Aren't women like able to reproduce like immediately, but boys actually have to wait?
Bro, I don't think it's immediately.
Okay.
They go through puberty sooner than we do, but I don't think your fucking eggs start dropping. Like when the period begins.
That's you making eggs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And your body washing them out. So, Jesus. All right, cool. So we just found out you cannot get pregnant if you decide to fuck a 6-year-old. Like a 6-year-old boy, I guess is what I was getting at there. And if you're a girl, I don't know why I assume that whoever would be doing that would be a girl, because it's usually not. It's usually a dude. Isn't that fucked up?
I don't want to talk about pedophiles. Stop. I know where you're going. I don't want to talk about
my
pedophiles.
fucking girlfriend went to a Catholic school, and she was just like, hey, yeah, Catholic school was nice. I didn't feel like it was that bad. And she's like defended a couple, because like apparently they did have one pedophile there, like and he was found out like that he did shit like 50 years ago. And then, we talked to somebody recently, and he was like, no, there was like 4 fathers there who touched kids. And they were like, not this father. And he was like, yeah, it's probably him. Dude, like, it's so fucking widespread. How many fucking, like, just fathers in the goddamn Catholic Church touch kids? It's ridiculous.
I feel awful for the victims and the families, but I also feel bad for just like priests who are just cool.
Exactly.
They're just trying to they're like good with kids.
Like, wow.
And they're just trying to preach whatever word they believe in.
Bro, how is it
everyone's
this
looking at them as fucking
How is it this widespread? How is that systemic? That's fucking crazy, dude.
It gets to the point where there's so many of them doing it that it almost feels like they weren't pedophiles until they got that job.
Honestly, until that they were like, hey, this is something that is feasible that you can do if you want to try it. Nobody even thought about it before then. It's like, Jesus Christ. Because I don't know if anybody knows this, but the reason that it's so prevalent is because they want to save the face of the Catholic Church. So what they do is when they find out about this, obviously they condemn them for it, but they don't kick them out. They don't do anything like that. They just move them to a different church somewhere, which I don't know if you fucking know this, but being moved to a new location with new children who trust you completely then is the perfect way to fuck like 100 kids before you die. It's ridiculous. But so yeah, I will never be sending any of my children to a Catholic church school situation ever.
Smart.
Because it's fucking ridiculous. And it's amazing how...
And I hate that, too.
Dude, my fucking girlfriend's parents were married by the father who was touching kids.
Oh, of course.
And it's like, holy shit.
That sucks.
Now imagine respecting that guy so much.
That you want him to be part of the ceremony.
Exactly. And then you're like, oh, he was fucking kids the day after. It's like, well, that's shit.
Meanwhile, the actual altar boys at that ceremony...
That's so fucking awful.
Funny. Yeah.
See, but then when we were having this conversation, I started getting really terrible because they were talking about altar boys and shit. And then we were like, what? Because apparently I didn't know this, but they have to wear like special robes, like everybody who's a part of the church does. And I was like, you think after each ceremony or whatever, they go, because I don't know if you know this, but every pastor, whoever, they live at the church. There's this little like house section next to it that they go to after the service. And I was like, do you think the altar boys are like waiting in the bedroom with their fucking robes on? And then the pastor comes in, he's breathing. What are you wearing under there? And then the fucking altar boy's like twisting his hair and his fucking finger, and he's like, nothing. And then he fucks him on the bed.
No, I saw that one ended.
It's just funny to make jokes about how they want it to, even though that's not the case.
I think it's funny. I think consent is hilarious.
Yeah, if there's a consenting 6-year-old getting fucked by a priest, I feel like,
God.
first of all, that's still awful. Second of all,
Fuck.
in context, that's a little funny.
Yeah, sure.
Like if I knew a kid, I'd be like, we should hang this priest. But when it's fake and imaginary in my mind, it's funny.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I can get there, but I can see what you're trying to do.
Dude, what? If he's like fucking pretending to be like a bitch in like big fucking heels, you know? It's like, hi, big boy. And he's 5 years old and he's got a bowl cut.
I just can't. You're giving me a lot to work with. I just can't.
You seem real backed up today.
What does that mean?
Has it came in a while?
Oh, my first thought was piped. I don't know why. You haven't pooped in days.
Wow, you should really like. He's just
you need some more fiber in
he's
your diet.
genuinely concerned for this man.
It's like I just some Mucinex, maybe some oatmeal. Mucinex is for allergies. What am I thinking of?
Not Pepto. Pepto doesn't.
I don't know. It starts with an M. My brother had to take it.
I don't know.
Miralax.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just any laxative. You can also take a suppository. It's a little pill you shove up your asshole.
I think you just wanted to say asshole. Everyone knows what a suppository is.
That's bullshit. I didn't know what a suppository was until somebody in my life had to take a suppository, and I learned all about it. Yeah,
Does it just go in your system better or affects the area quicker? Why would you ever need to put something in your butt like that?
When you put it in your butt, I know that it goes up farther, and then that's like your digestive area. Like it's going to break it down really fast.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah, because it's quicker.
I also think it's got something to do with like, you know, you're attacking the area that needs treatment. So you're like, I think you lubricate the area or something when you take a suppository. I'm not actually sure, but
it just doesn't. It seems like there was just one crazy doctor who's like, we do take it orally. What if? And just follow me here. We just stuck it right up there. What's the medical benefit? Who the fuck said that,
bro?
Who said that?
Every single see, there's medical benefit. Like it's just like an entrance to your body. Like you just got to get shit in there. Like ask any fucking.
You need to get shit out.
Ask any kid who's fucking put vodka on a tampon and shoved it up his ass. He knows that shit works.
I've only met 2 people who've done that.
I've never been willing to try. I'm like, dude, you're just asking for ass cancer. Like you really are.
I've never been so.
It's not that expensive, bro. I could just drink it. Like
I've been on a lot of benders in my life. I've never been like craving alcohol so much craving being drunk that I couldn't just drink faster.
Bro, I feel like it would burn.
Yeah,
it's fucking alcohol.
It probably sucks.
But it gets you drunker and shit for like a shot worth maybe of whiskey. By the way, okay, so nobody knows this yet, but if you ever watch this shit, you'll find out next week we have something special planned just because it's St. Patty's Day.
It's a horrible idea.
You left some liquor here for that, and then I had some of it.
Is that what I did?
Yes. The Jim Beam.
I forgot I brought that.
Exactly. And so I tried some of that shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was like your best bottle of liquor that you had up there.
Yeah.
Dude, that fucking thing is old. Like super aged.
It's good.
And I was like, oh, I feel bad. I'm mixing this with lemonade.
Dude, Jim's good.
No. I've had Jim Beam, and most of it's like that. You know, it's flavored. It's the shit that it's been distilled for 6 months. It's not gross. I mean, you fucking had the apple shit. You were like, wow, this is good.
Yeah, because it was free.
Shut the fuck up. Whatever. That shit. I was like, wow, this is the first time in my life I've actually had like just high class liquor, like high class.
That's not even high.
Dude, it's old. They put this like little fucking tape thing on there as like a seal of like, hey, it really hasn't been opened.
That's still like a $40 bottle of whiskey.
It was a fucking piece of paper, and it didn't rip. It cracked. It was so old, and I was like, what in the fuck am I drinking?
Yeah, it's super good.
Is this from the 80s? When the fuck was this made? And then you take the fucking paper off, and it looked like a fucking, a Hiroshima blast. The fucking person ends up on the wall, like all black. Think about the opposite. Like, imagine the wall around it. Where the person was at, it's cleaner on the wall, right? So
yeah, I'm right there with you, right?
That's the way it was with the paper. I took the paper off and I saw the color of what the bottle used to look like. And
we may need to work on your metaphors.
This horrible tragedy.
Yeah, where 200,000 people died. this whiskey's great. It's
See,
like,
but
oh my god,
that was like a phenomenon. There was the ghosts on the walls, right? And
it's a nuclear shadow is what it's
yeah,
called.
and I can't remember. I think it's a mix of their ash being actually just
It's the
blasted.
biological, being superheated and blasted into concrete.
Yeah, okay.
It's super
But
cool.
so that's why I was saying the opposite of that. Instead
Yeah.
of imagine like you
No,
threw
no,
a threw
you
up. I guess
got
I
us
could have. I guess I could have been like throw a paint bucket at somebody and what it looked like on the wall behind them.
It was like a boat tour that accidentally went through a hurricane. We got there. We definitely got there. But we lost a few people on the way. We definitely lost a lot of people on the way at this.
We gained a little humor though, so it's alright.
Yeah, we gained some water. We're slowly sinking.
Shut up.
Did I tell you about the time speaking of benders, I don't think I there was one time I puked 11 times in one night.
That sounds fucking awful. That sounds terrible.
I can't remember how long ago it was, but all I remember is after D&D one day, my buddy was going to play the Resident Evil 7 demo. That's how long ago this story was. So, I mean, that game's old. So this,
Like 2016, 2015?
yeah. So we went over there to watch him do that. I don't remember the demo. I'm sure it's great. But, so what I did.
They can definitely hear this. Somebody's cutting down a tree or something. What the fuck is happening?
Do you want me to shut that door?
Yeah, if you'd like to. Yeah, that'd be nice. I don't know what the
I'm just going to cut all of it.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I don't care. It's not like I'm gonna live here for very long. It is amazing how good these mics are. Now that we're using this and I can hear it, like even the background. Yours is much better at background noise. Mine is way more directional. Did you fucking hear that? That was my mother speaking a second language coming out of me as a child.
What'd you just say?
I said mines.
Oh.
My mom to this day says mines because she'll just be like, yeah. I don't know. Like, there's so many words that when I was a kid, I would just say wrong because I was like, that's why my mom says it. And that's just the way the word works in your fucking life. Like, I called, the curb on a street. I always called it the curve because in Spanish, B's and V's are pronounced nearly identical.
Basically the same fucking.
So yeah, when you say curb, she's like curb.
Probably double L's are an issue for her too.
And I was like, no, she got pretty good at that. Now she's fucking fluent. She speaks extremely well. There's just a couple things like there's this one specific when she's speaking to her own siblings and they're talking about their parents. Even if she's talking to her own siblings, she'll say my mom. But when I'm talking to one of my siblings, I'll just say mom because to both of us, that's mom. So that's weird. And then also they all say mines.
In my family, I say your father or your ex-husband or your ex-wife. And they'll be like, you mean your mom? And I was like, well, that's not as funny as saying your ex-wife. Anyway, so during this summer, I was just back from college. I call this summer is, I call it the gray summer because I was not sober. I was probably sober about 15% of this fucking... And most of that was just at work. So all I would do is I would drink until I puked and threw up every night.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So that's the kind of alcohol intake I'm at. Like this was the same month that I just thought it would be cool just to smoke weed for like a month. Like it was probably the craziest summer I had was just that. But it's very sad because most of it was on my own and blah, blah, blah. And so I go over there with a half jug of Tampico. And I don't know, for people who don't know, Tampico's like Sunny D with more sugar. There's so much sugar in it, I'm surprised it doesn't sparkle. Like, there's so much fucking sugar in Tampico. It's insane. So I have a half a jug of that, and I brought vodka. So I filled up the rest of that gallon, and I drank that. And then... about 2 hours later, the rest of the night's gone. I'm sure the demo goes great. Everyone has a great time. And then I spent the next maybe 3 to 4 hours vomiting. The only problem was I thought I was good after each time. So I would get up, go to the bathroom, vomit.
Dude,
and then go sit back down. And then, best part about this, because this night was great because I did all that. And then, this was probably the last time, because I didn't want to do it after this, I drove home. Just completely incapacitated.
Nice. Jesus Christ, dude. That I could not fucking imagine. There is something about like if you drink too much and you have that like you just gotta throw up once and immediately after you're like, oh
yeah. anytime someone's like, I hate vomiting, I was like, you should like to vomit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's literally your
always
body
feels better.
saying that you need to. It's great.
Fucking, I think I'm getting old, bro. When it comes to drinking, I seriously do think, like now I'm at the point where if I'm gonna drink, I want to drink in a way that I don't feel bad afterwards so badly. Like every time that I drink now, because like the other day when we got absolutely fucked up,
That was a horrible idea.
it was a terrible idea. I think I just had way too much sugar,
Oh yeah, definitely.
and then
That's true. Like that gym. If you drink that and get, let's say like 85% of the way there, you're gonna wake up fine. Your tummy might be a little.
that's what I'm
hurt,
saying.
but that'll be fine.
So I've been drinking this fucking lemonade, but there's those lemonade packets you just mix with water. So I'm basically just mixing water with Jim Beam, and I was like, yeah, I don't fucking feel like I'm gonna die.
Mhm.
I was like, oh my god, never again. I'm never fucking sugaring that shit up again because I was.
If there's one tip I can tell people who want to start drinking, and you should, it makes life easier, is just stay away from your phone.
Don't tell people that.
What?
Yeah, you should drink. It makes your life easier. What the fucking say that?
Well, it's funny. I'm just saying, stay away from your fucking phone.
Why?
Just a bad idea.
Oh, you think you say things that you don't mean?
Like you're gonna text an ex, or you're gonna text a family member you have an issue with. It's just. I wish new phones had shit like that, where you could just be like, I just lock it.
Yeah, you just what?
You just lock it for a night. Like before you go do something, you lock it. Besides fucking emergency.
I feel like
issues.
there is an app. I feel like there is an app for this. Just like, yeah, you're drunk. Be sure to press this before you start drinking, so that you don't fuck up your life. I don't know. Speaking of fucking phones, dude. Recently, so I had this really nice phone, Google Pixel 3a, and it was so fucking nice. But I'm one of these fucking pussies who was like, no, it looks better with no case. And so, I
never have a case on my phone.
I'm fucking on a run, and somehow it slips out of my fucking hand and it hits the concrete so hard. And
why do athletic short pockets suck so much dick?
I know, and you always have to.
And you're gonna.
You just have to carry your shit.
Talk about your phone,
dude. No, I totally get it. Yeah, because if you leave the pocket, if you leave the phone in your pocket while you're running, while you're wearing athletic shorts, the fucking pocket swings like a bag hanging from your waist.
So I did jump out with my jump out. I used jump rope today when I was doing my workout.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the shorts I was wearing just has the drawstring. That's it. So I'm trying to tie that.
Yeah.
Fucking, I get half a minute into what I'm doing. My shorts are around my fucking knee.
They do suck.
Fix your athletic shorts.
Yeah, you just got to get like really high quality shorts.
Like what the fuck?
There is no like.
Talk about your phone.
I'm
sorry.
Yeah. So I dropped the phone, and the corner of it, the corner comes off completely. Not like the entire phone, but like the screen. Just fucking a chunk of it just flies off.
Oh my god!
And so you can see directly into the phone. And I'm like, all right, I got maybe a couple weeks on this. I'm just gonna run it until it's dead. A couple weeks. It fucking survived for a year. I had that thing until last fucking week, and it was because I like to listen to music in the shower, but I put it on this thing above the fucking faucet, right? And so I'm trying to change the song. I'm using my finger, and I'm just like looking at it and trying to press the arrow, and I don't know what the fuck, it fell perfectly face down into a puddle of water. Yeah. Well, the thing was, I was like, oh fuck. And I'm naked, I'm wet as fuck. I run out into the kitchen, I'm trying to put it in a bowl of rice.
Completely nude.
Oh, I mean, it's just me and my girlfriend here, so it's like.
No, it's just the image, your giant ass just if I walked into that, I'd be like, you okay?
And then I'd be like, I dropped my phone. And then I'd be stuffing it in some rice. And then I was putting it in there.
All the context you'd give me.
And already, like a bunch of the pixels were dead. And I was like, oh, yeah, fuck. God, this phone's gone.
It's probably because of that chip. If it wasn't for that chip,
yeah, it would have survived. It would, but yeah, just all the water having a direct access to get inside was not okay. And that thing got fucked up. But so I had to get a new phone. And now that old phone is just sitting in the house because I don't have the heart to get rid of it. It was such a trooper.
Right? I have some ideas that we can do with that.
Like what?
Hiya! Mamma mia! No, don't do it! No, don't do it!
Hey, excuse me?
Hey, sir. I know this is really weird, but as a joke, would you be willing to stop on this phone? No? Hey, sir. Just for a joke, just to send to somebody, would you be willing to stomp on this phone that recently broke?
Oh, no.
Are you sure? Just a quick stop? No? Damn. All right. Shut up.
Remove your card.
Holy shit! Whoa! No!